Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here with more iRacing. This time around we're heading back to the ovals. Yes, I mentioned last season I wanted to do a bit more oval racing again. I'm planning on trying to do a bit more as we head into 2023. So I was sort of looking around the server. There were no other races that really jumped out to me. So I thought we'd jump in here with the Nascar ARCA series. Or not technically Nascar, is it? I don't think the ARCA cars. We're racing around Darlington. For those of you that don't know, the ARCA cars are basically like NASCAR's equivalent of Formula 4, I suppose. They're the sort of the fourth division down, obviously below the trucks, the Xfinity and the Cup series. But Darlington's a really, really good fun circuit as well, of course. Technically the oldest track, I think, or the second oldest track, isn't it, in NASCAR that's still in use today. A very, very tricky little oval. The sort of the first two turns and the third and fourth turn are very, very different. But let's get out there then. I've got the manual sequential gearboxes, or manual, sorry, proper H-pattern gearbox even, I should say, all set up ready to go for this one as well. So this should hopefully be quite fun. Well, at the final turn then, we got very, very lucky not to pick up a 0x on the wall on the back straight, but we are going to improve down to a 30.7. Little way off the pace there. Struggle a bit to sort of feel what the ARCA car's doing underneath me, but you know what, P4 on the grid, hopefully that means we can try to avoid some carnage. I think we're in bottom split for this, so anything can really happen. I desperately just need to get my I rating up, and of course the only way you can do that is just by doing some good old-fashioned oval races. Of course, there's no tyres or cautions in these ARCA races, so things are probably going to get quite interesting. 40 laps should only take about 20-25 minutes around this circuit, but I feel like this one is going to be a race of attrition. Of course, Darlington is all about trying to get as high up on the circuit as you possibly can. Apparently, I think it was originally, this part of the circuit was set up as kind of a way for drivers to scrub off speed before they were going to have a nasty crash, and then people just realised it was quicker to go around there anyway. Racing driver mentality, as always, is just absolutely perfect. But we're starting on the outside of row 2. Like I said, I just want to gain some I rating. You know, we want to try and push up towards 2K, so hopefully we can get some more competent lobbies in the future. But like I said, sometimes you're gotta go through these races to try and, you know, get some better ones in the distance. But yeah, we're in then, ready to line up here at Darlington. Iconic track, good fun cars. Let's just try and keep it clean and tidy and hope I don't get wrecked early on, as what on earth is that guy doing? He's absolutely bolted in quite possibly the weirdest way I think I've ever seen there. Get the car up to 4th gear, hopefully we won't have to worry about that. And he's already got like a 2-second lead before we even get into turn 1 there. Of course, cold tyres, everything like that. Very, very loose and lively on the ARCA car, so I'm just going to try and hold it a bit further away from the wall. But that is quite possibly the cleverest and riskiest strat I've ever seen. But he's absolutely nailed it at the start here, as I don't really know in these ARCA cars. That guy's in the wall. We'll have a freebie, thank you. I don't really know in these ARCA cars whether you actually want to nudge the brakes or whether it's worth just sort of leaning off the throttle into the corners. I've been using the brakes slightly, but you just never quite know if it's the right way of going about things. As already the number 5 car, it was rubbing down the wall on the home straight, but wait, just trying to keep it pinned and sort of build up some confidence as well. You know, you've got to be able to hang these cars close to the wall. That is what NASCAR racing's like, as that's not quite what I had in mind there. We did pick up a 0x. Luckily the ARCA cars, yep, are designed to deal with some punishment. Someone's gone off behind me. But yeah, leader is absolutely bolted at the front. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have to keep nudging the brakes to try and get the front end tipped in. And hopefully we can try and close up to the number 5 car. Now, often on the super speedways, I don't edit these videos down, just because obviously there's pretty much always constantly carnage going on. Unless, you know, something quite odd's happened. It's all just grazing again there. Gotta remember, turn 3 and 4 are a lot slower than 1 and 2. But yeah, around a lot of the other circuits, normally I'll sort of edit out a few more of the fluff bits. But I worry in a race like this, it could be a lot of it. So again, the number 5 car just in the wall. I think we can keep up with the 2 in front of me, though. That is going to be a 2x though. Just nicked it on the end. Knock the wheels out of alignment slightly. Hopefully we won't get meatballs. I've really got to remember.
Got a car low.
So we've now got this guy on my inside. I've got to start scrubbing off more speed off the corners. So now we are going to have a battle on my hands.
P6, clear low.
I'll just slot back in. Yeah, now we've definitely got a battle though underway between myself, the 6 and the 7. But I've certainly picked up a little bit of damage from that. It is just so difficult. So, Aiden there gets very, very loose off the first couple of turns, but yeah, it's always just, it's such a different kind of racing. I do sometimes struggle to sort of switch my mind, of course, because NASCARs generally are not that great about rotating around corners, and trying to remember that when you come from a European race car. It's quite a weird little experience, as I'm scrubbing off way too much into 1, and then nowhere near enough into 3 and 4. That's what I've got to try and learn at the moment. Let's just get my head down, see if we can try and catch back up with these two. Car really tried to break free there. Oh yeah, this ARCA car is still quite scary. There is Max up the road, I think struggling as well a little bit. It can be quite difficult as again, just 3 and 4. I'm struggling through there still. We've definitely scuffed up the outside of the car. But I need to try and get back up to Max. Otherwise we are going to lose iRacing here, which is certainly not what we want.
Ahead is now 1.5
Let's just keep
seconds.
focused, as we're almost at 1/4's distance already. You really do tick the laps by quite fast, but yeah, Darlington is such a weird little circuit. I don't know. I just keep doing it apparently. I'm not learning. Well, we're definitely still struggling a bit at the moment, and I think we're down on power now because I nudged the wall again. And now we've got another guy getting very, very close there as well. Just again scuffed up against the wall. Eddie now going to be applying the pressure as we head back down towards turn 1. And yeah, we are definitely down on straight line speed, but are we able to cover him off in towards turn 1? I think we're still alright through the corners. But yeah, now we've started to get some blue flags. Oh, you don't. Oh, I keep doing that. That's exactly what I keep doing through there. It's just off the exit of 2. Obviously because it's not 90 degrees. Still this guy. Gonna have a look at the inside. We're gonna try and hook it up around the outside though. I've got loose. Hui. We both just about hang on to it. And got a bit scary for a brief moment, but already the leader half a lap ahead. As might now have a battle with Eddie, but yeah, it's just so difficult because of course turn 1 is more than 180 degrees.
Sorry about that.
It's just a bit complicated as we've got a big gap behind us. But still, just was hoping there'd be a bit more in it. That's all you can just see again pushing right up towards the wall. But we've just got no horsepower out of the turns. It's certainly a learning experience as always in any of the oval racing, and this is why I need to be doing all of these over the winter so we can learn ready for Daytona in February. That's sort of the goal at the moment. So 2 guys in front now. I'm just starting just to battle a little bit more. Why not, eh? Another one. As soon as I start talking, I seem to do it at the moment, which is always reassuring. But yeah, the gap to Max and Aiden is starting to come down again, so we'll see what happens over the next few. That is, well, he completely threw me off, to be honest, the way he went into T1. We will again nudge the wall. Oh, someone's gone. So that's going to be a freebie back to us, and that's what we've got to remember as well, of course. That sort of thing can happen, as I think Aiden has immediately towed himself off the circuit. Nope, he's completely gone, so not happy with it. And now we're back into P6, but still getting dangerously close to that. I mean, you've got to go dangerously close to the walls. It's the key in these sorts of races, but you know, almost halfway there, though. I feel like we can still definitely get back past Eddie. But that would still... Oh no, P5 would be positive iRacing, as I've just got to now try and remember to look after the car a bit. I think the goal remains still try not to get lapped by the end of this, because James is looking pretty fast. Why not another one of those for our troubles, eh? These ARCA cars are built tough, I'll give them that. They might not handle like a European race car, but they certainly take whacks a lot better. And it's a good job for me today. Oi! Being in front of me, he's just gone and binned it!
Car high. You're clear outside.
I don't even know what to say about that one. Of course, these cars are quite difficult to try and navigate around, but hit the wall, slapped it again, and then we tried to both go the same way. I just wanted to get underneath him in case he went out to the wall there, and I didn't want to get pinned, but even more damage on our ARCA car. I think we've just got to try and get it to the flag, as we are losing more and more time to the 3 up the road there, but you never know what might happen. As you can already hear, yeah, car spluttering as well. Never a good sign.
3.5 seconds.
If it's spluttering, we'll just nudge that wall every time. Means we've got a 0x, to be honest, for the contact. But yeah, I guess we've just got to hope something happens to one of these guys. You've got to be there at the finish. That's, of course, always the key in NASCAR. Another lapped car now in the way. It's the number 11 car, I think, of Matt. Again, we'll just graze up against that wall. Of course, you don't get blue flags in oval racing, but I think most of us here are trying to be pretty sensible. If we do go a lap down as well, there's been more carnage though. Someone else has gone off, and Eddie has had issues. So we are going to gain the place then by the looks of it. So this is what I mean. As Max there as well has definitely lost a bit of time. You have just got to try and keep it out of trouble. As Jamie's gone. And now we're only 2 seconds away from Max as well, so I've got no idea what's happened. We are still doing that though. That's just now irritating me as much as anything else. I just need to focus up. It's such a different kind of racing to what I'm used to that because it's so different, I'm genuinely sort of struggling to commentate over it as competently as normal and also get the job done on the circuit. But we're back to positive iRacing. I would love to try and clutch up P4 from Max, but I'm going to have to focus in these final 11 laps or so. Oh, we got another pretty significant whack on the outside. Rather unsurprisingly, I think it's safe to say at this point of the day. And yeah, the car is certainly now quite badly wounded, as if we're struggling to get it tipped through the corners where we need it there, unless I scrub off quite a lot of speed, and they're having to run it on quite an aggressive steering angle down the straights as well. So it's not looking brilliant at the moment. This has certainly been a wake-up call back on the ovals once again. But like I said, this is what I need to be doing a bit more of. Do more oval racing, all this sort of thing, so we can try and get a bit more competent in it. You know, I have done some of the NASCAR Cup Series before. I do find it really, really good fun. But super speedways, of course, are absolutely fine, but it is just some of these more diverse ovals. I mean, Darlington's a pretty unique challenge in itself anyway, but we are about to go a lap down. I think the goal now is to try and keep Eddie at bay, as we're still doing that. That's not helping. Comes James as well. I don't really want to cost him any time, but don't do that, mate. That's brave. I didn't feel like I squeezed him or anything. I couldn't really do a lot else about it because the car's damaged. I can only turn so much. But yeah, no, I'm not going to try and be one of those people a lap down that races him. I just don't want to lose myself much time either, as we've still got a race on our hands. We'll give him the inside out the final turn. Just lift out of it in towards 1. There we go. So that's been navigated. So we've got 5 laps to go. We got 3 seconds now to Eddie. A little bit annoyed that I've got a lap down, but it's probably the least of my troubles today with the way things have gone. Number 11 as well, trying to send it. We'll get through. Oh, come on. It's just, that's not a healthy sound. It keeps blipping on the throttle more and more. I can't help but wonder whether the engine's going to get close to blowing up. Oh, come on, 11. Get out of the way. Oh, that car's getting loose. We're losing.
Still there.
Oh.
Clear high.
We're losing so much time battling this guy. Eddie's now less than a second back. We've got 2 laps to go. Come on, we've got to try and hang on. We've lost so much time in that battle, and Eddie's gaining on me everywhere at the moment. I think he's going to have me. Oh, come on. Stay out the wall. We'll try and defend this. He's going to try and get to the inside. We'll push him offline.
2 laps left, clear inside.
How will he re-emerge? Oh, he's gone way too hot. We'll get straight back underneath him. So he did force the error that time round. They're optimistic, I think, from Eddie, that he could try and get the car tipped in with that sort of speed. And now the gap's back up to 0.6 of a second, and maybe he's picked up a little bit more damage as well. As sometimes you've just got to try and make it more difficult for your opponent there. As through 3 and 4, we have got absolutely nothing. Whoa, car's blipping on throttle, but 1 more lap to go, then this is going to be a battle to the flag between myself and Eddie.
One more lap to go.
It's really not been the race I wanted it to be, but, you know, it's certainly, like I keep saying, a wake-up call, a learning experience, and, you know, you got to get back into it one way or another. It will not always be pretty as well. Trying to keep my foot in. Eddie will have me round the outside. I got nothing through these final couple of turns. He's going to have it. We're going to be P6 in the end. May as well go one last nudge of the wall as well there. The engine is so close to conking out, but down over the line. Oh, it's been a difficult start, but it gives us someone to work from. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. They're only 4x as well, so, I mean, we hit the wall quite a lot, but maybe my SR's gone up a little bit. Yeah, let's go have a look at those final race results. Well, there we go then, having a look at the final race results. Yeah, decent battle in with Eddie in the end, but it is P6 to finish off here in the K&N series. They're -6 I rating, not really what I wanted, but we did gain plus 0.03 SR. Like I said, it's been a bit of a learning experience. We've got to try and just slowly build it up, you know, whether I do more ARCAs, whether I do some trucks as well, haven't really decided just yet. But thank you all so much for watching nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and we will be back very, very soon with more iRacing.